Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Okay. So, good afternoon, every participants. Good afternoon, sir. So, I welcome you again to GC, sir, in another session. That is a faculty development program. And so far, we have covered the different aspects. We only left with the wastewater, sir. For that, I was looking for you, and you have accepted our invitations in a short while. Thank you for that. Once again, on behalf of GC Gaya, I invite you for this FDP. Just the participants, just I let you introduce about the Dr. Tiwari. He is currently working as a assistant professor in Department of School and Water Resource, IIT Kharagpur. He is a Fulbright fellow. His area of expertise includes wastewater treatment, uh, transport of pollutant in water and soil media, environmental impact assessment, development of analytical protocol, treatment of hazardous persistent pollutants in surface and groundwater, contaminant site management, which is most required nowadays. He has completed undertaken many important government of India projects like that management of urban water supply network, concept plan for the treatment of acidic mine waters, development of eco-friendly treatment systems, environmental impact, ARCO, agrochemical used on energy crops in the carbon cycle and greenhouse gases production. He has a large professional experience of teaching and working as a consultant for different environmental aspects. So he has also received the most precious fellowship, that is Fulbright doctorate and professional research fellowship. He has received silver medal for achieving second positions during his graduation from the Pantnagar University. He has also received many financial supports and travel grant for attending different conferences abroad from the Department of Science and Technology, CSIR, CSTD. He has also received cash awards from the institution IIT Kharagpur for publishing recognized and important research papers. He is also actively participate in different professional bodies, International Water Association, American Society of Civil Engineering, American Chemical Societies, and as far as research publication is concerned, he has published more than 20 international national repute journals. There are so many international conferences also. So this is all what I can brief about him. There is n number of lists. If you're interested, you can visit his website from the School and Water Resource, IIT Kharagpur. Sir, I feel very obliged and honored to invite you again on behalf of this FDP, on behalf of organizing committee. So thank you, sir. Now it's over to you, sir, for your presentation. Thank you, sir.
Um, Thank you, Vikram. Thank you, Dr. Vikram, for inviting me at this opportunity. I also thank Dr. Nirmal Kumar, the principal of the Gaya College of Engineering. I had opportunity to interact him in person when I was there last year. So, as like when Vikram called me and asked that it's a basically faculty development program by AICT and Atal, and it's on the sustainable management. And can I speak on wastewater management? So. I was very happy to have this opportunity actually, and we always feel obliged to basically help in whatever manner possible. So today's discussion is focused on the advanced technologies. Generally, when we talk about the sustainable development, there are several aspects of sustainable development, and if you follow the World Bank Sustainable Development Goals, which are known as SDGs, so under that category, under that goals, the water and sanitation also receives a very high priority. Okay. That is basically listed under SDG 6, in fact. Okay. Now, when we try to discuss about the water and wastewater, we have two aspects. One is the availability of water resources in terms of quantity, how much is available, whereas the other important aspect relates to the quality of water. Okay, so in order to managing this, when we are specifically talking about the advanced treatment, so there is these treatments are applied to both water as well as wastewater treatment system. So that's why we try to kind of integrated it both for water and wastewater systems. Okay. Now, if you quickly see like the how water is being managed in our country, so there are several issues. If you holistically try to see that water and wastewater scenarios, so there is inadequate water supply and there is poor water quality, which is recognized by almost every institution now. Okay. We talk a lot about the demand and the gap between the demand and supply. Demand is higher than the water which is being supplied at many places. If we look across the country, there are very few places where we get 24/7 water supply system. At most of places, it is intermittent. Like some places we'll get water for 2 hours in a day, some places 3-4 hours in a day, some places even just half an hour per day. There are places where the water supply is just once in a 3 days. Okay, so we are actually living in that stage as well. So there is a gap between demand and supply, and this gap is widening up because of increasing demand in domestic, agricultural as well as industrial sectors. So the population is increasing, which directly affects the domestic demand. More number of people, more is the requirement of water. So there is a higher domestic demand. Again, we need more food also. So for production of more food, we need to expand the agricultural activities, which will again require more water. So there is expansion in the agricultural demand as well. And with urbanization and industrialization, we need a lot of water for our industries as well. And this particularly is probably going to be the most steep growth in terms of demand. Okay, the highest growth rate which is expected in water sector is from the industrial sector. In water sector is from basically the industries. If we see, we being a or in fact most of the developing countries or underdeveloped countries, so the majority of water consumption, the consumer of the fresh water is agricultural sector. In India also more than 80% water is consumed in the agriculture. But if we look at the developed countries, so there the major water goes to the industries. So the industrial consumption industries kind of consume as high as 60% of the total water in the developed countries. Now, since we are also progressing and we are basically aiming to reach to that level and become more of the industrialized nation, okay, with a lot of government schemes coming up, the Atmanirbhar Bharat is there, then Make in India is there. So with the promoted manufacturing sector, industrial growth and other aspects, the industrial demand is going to grow more rapidly. Okay. Now that is about the water which is consumed. Once we use that water, we produce wastewater, and that wastewater is in most cases disposed of either partially treated or completely untreated into the river, into the lakes, okay, or at times onto the ground. So this uncontrolled release leads to environmental issues in terms of basically the freshwater resources. Wherever we are actually disposing of this water, if we are dumping it into the river quality deteriorates. Okay, I'm sure everybody knows what is the status of our river nowadays, like Ganga, Yamuna. There is so much talk about the pollution in these rivers, as opposed to what was the condition earlier when lesser waste was being dumped, and more so with the more and more industrial waste and domestic sewage coming into these rivers. The quality of the water in these rivers are deteriorated, in fact have deteriorated to a very bad level, and will further deteriorate if we do not wake up now. In terms of then sort of that way, there is already scarcity of resources, and if we keep polluting our resources, our lakes and our rivers like this, so we we'll further lose the good quality water resources. Okay. Several reasons in this world are already water stressed. Okay, there are numerous reports that WHO believe 1 to 2% out of every 6% is not getting adequate amount of water across the world. Okay, and if we keep on like polluting our resources this way, so it will further worsen the situation. So the alternate solution for a sustainable management, because whenever we talk about the sustainable development or sustainable management, what essentially sustainability means is that we leave the resources, the same amount of facilities or resources to our generations which are being means our generations which are going to follow us. Okay, so our following generations should also be able to get more or less equal amount of resources which we have. That is what is sustainable development means. Okay, so we keep on developing in such a way that we are not kind of utilizing resources more than we can actually replenish of. So there has to be an equity in the distribution of these resources, equity across generations, as well as equity within generations. Within generation also, like a sustainable development